How many scissors do you need to have, and how sharp do they have to be for you to never lose your temper looking for a pair of scissors? How many pairs of tweezers? How many Kleenex boxes? What I've found is that in order to go deeper, in order to explore substantive ideas, it's too easy for the foreground detritus of minutia to become a distraction. If I'm developing an idea and my hand reaches for the scissors, only to discover that my wife has moved the scissors to some mysterious realm, the place where scissors disappear. It disrupts the thought in one of two ways. Either it disrupts the thought to explain why the scissors have to be put back, where the scissors go, to explain what they need to be used for, and the thought has evaporated. Or to hunt for the domain where scissors disappear, which is an invisible domain. In both cases, there is a loss of the thread. The more subtle exploration, the deeper exploration, is obscured by foreground. So the question is, how much money do you need in the bank for you to not have to balance your checkbook? How many pairs of scissors do you need scattered around the house to not have to look for the scissors? How many boxes of Q-tips do you need to never run out? How many utility knives do you need to open various packaging from the various shippers that love to overpackage things so that things can move along without disrupting deeper flows of thought? Well, there is a couple of different answers. There's two approaches. And I want to talk about the approach that works. Because I can have multiple conversations with people in the house about where things are supposed to go, why they're supposed to be there, what they're used for, that you're supposed to, if you ruin or break a tool, you have to repair it or buy a new one. I can attempt to restore order by changing other people. But there's an easier solution. By keeping a minimum balance in my accounts, I can glance at them every couple of months. By buying 27 pairs of scissors, now this is where a company like Amazon comes in with all of its faults. I can look and get packs of 3 scissors at a time. I can see that 95% of the people among thousands love the sharpness of these scissors. And for $3 a piece, I can order 20 pairs of scissors. I can put one in this cabinet, put one in this cabinet, put one in this drawer, put one in this cup, put one in the garage. Have a box ready to replace missing scissors as they vanish into that place where scissors disappear. I can buy boxes of 12 utility knives and tuck them around to open bags and difficult packaging. I can buy 30 boxes of Kleenex and have them shipped. Station 1 and 2 Kleenexes on this side of the bed, 1 and 2 Kleenexes on this side of the bed, 1 Kleenex over here, 1 Kleenex over here, so that flow is not interrupted. so that an entire architecture of thought does not collapse hunting for a box of Kleenex. Now, it's surprisingly cheap. Obviously, having $30,000 in a bank account may or may not be easy, but it's so much easier than worrying about investments, right? If you've got a few $100,000 to invest, and you have to keep $30,000 in an account just so you never have to balance a checkbook, it's well worth it. You're preserving attention. But for the other things, dozens of all the, a dozen 9-volt batteries, a dozen AA batteries, a dozen AAA batteries, a dozen C batteries, zip ties by the hundreds, shop towels all over the place, Kleenexes. It doesn't take that much money, less than $1,000, to have 3 or 4 tubes of toothpaste, 12 replacement toothbrushes for the Sonicare, toilet paper here, toilet paper there. The goal is, with superabundance of the things that create flow, 3 pairs of shoes always waiting, 2 or 3 jackets, 20 turtlenecks always waiting, lots of hard drive, disk, a backup computer, another backup computer, a flashlight here, a flashlight there, a flashlight there, 2 types of tools. If you will create redundant levels of abundance, what happens is not this obsession and scarcity over things, but the complete opposite. I used to have to balance my checkbook all the time. Oh, is that enough? Is that enough? How can you have a profound thought and develop an idea when wondering if your check will bounce? You can't. It's not normal. However, if you will systematically remove the mundane worries of the day, don't let your gas tank get so narrow that you wonder if, so thin that you wonder if you'll make it, in there. Fill it up. Don't let your electric car go down to the last little bit. Fill it up. Create superabundance in the mundane so that you can start cultivating abundance in the more esoteric, in the more subtle, in those things that are highly important but not urgent, to use Stephen Covey's quadrant. And you will have a more meaning-filled, a more purpose-driven, a more visionary, mental, emotional, and physical life. Hi, I'm Dane Rose. All knowledge begins with a paradigm, and out of that paradigm comes an idea, an awareness that we adopt, reject, or synthesize into something better. It doesn't become wisdom, it doesn't become useful until we take action, until we integrate it into not only our thoughts, but our feelings, our body, our words, and our way of being. For that to occur, we have to move from the passive media paradigm into more active engagement. In the link below, in the More Information section, is an invitation to join a very small, deliberately filtered, high-quality discussion with a group of people who share a common language and want to work with these ideas, with me and with one another, with the sole goal of creating 10 times more sustainable well-being for ourselves and those around us per unit of energy invested. Thank you for watching.